Hello, my name is Khan Choksi, and today I'll be talking about my CAS experience of the Hindi Bhasha Divas. It was an event that was organized by the grade 11 students of Fontanet School along with the assistance of the Hindi teachers, and the event was held because of in celebration of the Hindi Bhasha Divas, which was celebrated all over the world. Uh, what we had to do in the event was make a set of entertaining games or events and uh, make interaction with the students of grade 10, 11, and 12, and even with the teachers. We had the committee students who organized the event looked at different activities that could be played or that could be executed, like making riddles, playing Kahoot in the class in the Google Meet with people playing dumb charades, etc. So we had to look at all of the events that would take place and we would coordinate that with our teachers and the students. So we were the coordinators of the event and we also took part in the event as well. In my group, we made riddles and we presented them in in different classes and different groups and amongst teachers as well. And throughout the rest of the event, we were the hosts as we introduced the different students that would come and make the game, would play the games. So who would host the games? So there was Pictionary, there were riddles, there was Kahoot, there were dumb charades, etc. So all of these events went smoothly, and we have all of these recorded. We have all these events recorded in the Google Meet drive. And this event was important for us to take up as it was in significance of the importance of our national language. So Hindi has to be prioritized a lot as it is one of our main cultural roots, and it is a part of our backgrounds. So that is something that we have to really look forward to and really understand well. The learning outcomes that I covered in the experience of hosting this event were 1, 2, 4, and 5. I understood my strengths and my weaknesses for the learning outcome 1, and I could understand that I do speak fluent Hindi, and one of the weaknesses that I had was presenting. So I did have some stage fright, and I was not really confident enough to speak in a big public as there were at least 40 students and teachers in one meet at a time. So I had to conduct a riddle, be interactive, crack jokes, do all of this without that practice. I had to give mock sessions, but in the mock there were not really many people present, so it was a big challenge for me. My strength also worked out for me as I did not fumble a lot, as I had a good mindset to be really try and be as confident as possible. The second learning outcome asks demonstrate that challenges have been undertaken and developing new skills. So public speaking was not really my forte, and I was not really keen on doing public speaking, but conducting riddles and conducting events and hosting the event was also a big part of the skill that I and the new skill that I've developed. Right now, I can make this podcast as it is really as I've been already as I had already practiced to speak in front of a crowd, and this has helped me. That learning that has already helped me, and I'm implementing it right now. Moreover, it was important for me to undertake new challenges as this was something I was already looking forward to doing at given the time. So when I was required to do public speaking, or when I was required to speak in front of a crowd or in my a crowd or in my class, I was nervous at times, and it was important for me to take this challenge up as I had to learn at some point or the other, as making presentations, giving speeches. All of these things are now a really common part of the day to day life. Moving forward, showing commitment and perseverance in CAS experiences is the learning outcome 4. I showed commitment and perseverance in my CAS experience as I kept time to time updates of how to conduct the event. I also kept timely updates of what my peers were doing. I also kept updates of if everything was going right or if everything was not going right or if something was off track or there was some errors in planning the event. So I had to set up 2 to 3 different follow-up meets every time I talked to my Hindi supervisors and talked to my peers, and I also had to set up 2 to 3 mock sessions before we actually made the event a success. So it required a lot of hard work, and as it was all online, it was really slightly more challenging as we had to make the calendar sessions, we had to send invites, we had to check if everyone was coming or not, if everyone was present, if everyone was paying attention, and if even if someone missed out or someone was absent, we had to follow up online and we had to check with them if if they had talked with their peers or not. Lastly, the learning outcome 5, demonstrating the skills and recognizing the benefits of working collaboratively. This was really one of the main highlights of the event as we had to work in a group. We also had to conduct all the activities in a group. So it was a tough uh, it was challenging to do that on the online basis as we had to make a different meet for the whole group and a different meet for the 3 to 4 members that would be conducting the riddles or any activity. So working generally in a team is not that quite easy for me, but from my past experiences, from my current experiences, I have developed and started learning how to work properly in a team and distribute work, etc. So I did not particularly have any difficulty with working with anyone, and I handled all the situations really well. And the importance of teamwork and the leadership in our activity was quite significant as we had to be really communicative and we had to really express our thoughts. If we had good ideas or if we thought that someone did not have a great idea, we had to express ourselves, and only a true leader can understand how to communicate both things well and not harm someone's feelings um, or not disgrace someone. Finally, the learner profiles out that I could develop in this activity were open-minded, reflective, communicative, and thinker. So, firstly, I was a thinker because I had to think of different riddles. I had to think of creative ways of from which I could take the event to a different level and not make it boring or an ordinary event. I also had to be a communicator because I had to talk to a large crowd, talk to my peers and my teachers, and really communication was one of the key highlights of the event. I was also reflective as we had different mock sessions and I had to reflect upon myself as I saw the recordings and understood where I went wrong, what I could have done better, and I was open minded as I took suggestions of different people and I was not narrow minded that something I took up or something I did is the right thing. So I did not have that mindset, and I was really open minded as I was working in a team, and I made sure that I listened to different people's opinions and their perspectives. Lastly, I would like to say that this experience was also a really fun experience. It gave me a lot of knowledge of how working in teams and coordinating inside teams and outside coordinating along with teams to a bigger party, how it works like. So this CAS experience had been really good for me. Thank you.